Hello everyone, named Jaleesa, JJ Muti, Game Views everybody. And now I'm going to do something different. I'm going to do a video of a TV show, technically a whole review of True Detective. I have done Season 1, Season 2, down at the bottom. You could look for the link for their reviews, and this is my opinion why True Detective is overrated. It's an overrated TV show. Here's the thing. I have Season 1, I have Season 2. I watched both. Which one's the superior one? Obviously, it's Season 1. Now, what made True Detective a show to watch? What made people like, oh, you have to watch True Detective, you have to watch True Detective? It's only because of one person and one person only, and that is Matthew McConaughey as his character. Matthew McConaughey in True Detective is awesome. He's a brilliant written character, and Matthew McConaughey is such a talented actor. He pushes the story. This is the main thing what I do not like about True Detective, the TV show. It does not follow the case. True Detective in either season does not follow the case as much as it should have. Now, because it focuses mostly on the characters and their little baggages that they bring along. For instance, Law and Order. I love Law and Order, the TV show. I'd say they're great at building the cases and focusing on the case, but never truly getting to know the characters unless you follow every single season. But they don't really develop the characters, in my opinion, really much in every single episode. But in True Detective, they focus on the characters a little bit, way too much, but they focus on the characters in a bad way. For instance, we have Woody Harrelson in Season 1 of True Detective. You know what he does? We learn that he cheats on his wife with a young woman. His wife finds out. He gets drunk. And during this whole 8-episode guide, Woody Harrelson's character just gets drunk, cheat on his wife. His wife finds out. He gets mad at the girl that he's cheating with, is trying to get a boyfriend, and he's mad at her. His wife takes him back, then he divorces his wife again. And the only real point of Woody Harrelson's character is that he's a partner to Matthew McConaughey's character. Matthew McConaughey's character, even though he has his own little backstory, it drives him to go into the case, to study about the case, because that's who Matthew McConaughey's character is. Woody Harrelson's character is just really there to have a little melodrama with his wife. I mean, it's fucking stupid, in my opinion. Woody Harrelson's character, I love him, but he's wasted in True Detective. True Detective Season 2, the best character is Colin Farrell. We get so much screen time of a character played by Taylor Kitsch, who is... We don't get a lot into his backstory, don't get into a lot about his character, other than he was a soldier, he was injured, and there was something... illegal that he did wrong, and we don't get into much of his backstory. And the biggest reveal is he's a gay soldier. He's secretly gay. He hides his, he calls stuff faggots, and he does his own little homophobic slurs because he is one. So not a big backstory. They waste Rachel McAdams' character in Season 2, in my opinion. Vince Vaughn's trying to, businessman trying to go legit. We don't really need that. We need to focus on the case of what's the case of True Detective Season 2. Besides political land deals, you had a nice little thing with Rachel McAdams, like she was born like into this like hippie shit. Colin Farrell's into this case because he owes Vince Vaughn's character a debt. And really, True Detective Season 2, their story was on and off. They didn't focus upon the story that much. After Episode 2, they don't really focus upon the story or the story of what the thing runs through. True Detective should be about the freaking case and a little bit of mystery and a little bit spooky. That's what, in my personal opinion, True Detective should have been all along. True Detective Season 1 did a better job with this because Matthew McConaughey's character pushes Woody Harrelson's character all the freaking time to do everything. Matthew McConaughey's character goes undercover, and Woody Harrelson's the guy that gives him like the drive-away guy. He's a drive-away guy. That's mostly his character is. He's getting pushed along by freaking Matthew McConaughey's character. He's the one that gets Woody Harrelson to say that we left some business unfinished. Let's do this. Matthew McConaughey's character is the reason why True Detective is such a great show. But it is overrated. It does not live up to the hype. If I want to focus on... I don't want to focus upon these certain characters unless these characters' backstories are going to intertwine with the same plot or the backstories of the murders. And because it doesn't do it kind of falls flat. Season 1 only brings up the case more because Matthew McConaughey's character is the only one that pushes it through. Season 2 of True Detective, it doesn't do nothing. To me, it like pushing the story about. After episode 2, it just goes downhill. But True Detective, sorry if I say True Blood, but True Detective though is just a overrated TV show in my opinion. People say, "Oh, this is one of the greatest shows of all time," just like Rome. I seen Rome the TV show, again, overrated. Rome the TV show focused upon two soldiers instead of Julius Caesar and Brutus. They should focus on those two characters, but they didn't. It would be like if Game of Thrones only focused on Ned Stark and his characters, where we didn't get nothing about Arya Stark or other characters. If you only focus on certain characters and their plot lines and it doesn't evolve, then it doesn't do good. It doesn't move the story forward. You don't get into the case more. You don't get more into the case of True Detective more if you have characters who are either cheating on their wives or they have a little personal backstory, but it keeps them away from the case, and you're just more focused, and the writers just focus more up, and the screen time is just more focused on these characters and their backstories when it doesn't connect to the plot at all. That's what's stupid. You can have like a little conversation. You can have like maybe like 2 or 4 scenes to keep you interested in the character, but let this character still work on the case. You can have a little backstory. Matthew McConaughey's character in season 1, he talks about his dead child for God's sake, but it pushes him to do more about the case. He has a little conversation, but he doesn't reveal everything. And that's okay. Woody Harrelson's character, he drags his shit around all the time, cheating on his wife. He beats up his daughter's 2 guys that she was having sex with in the jail. There's no point of that. We don't need to see that stuff. We don't really need to devote so much screen time to see all this stuff for characters that their plot lines or backstory doesn't even connect to the dang murder or storyline or case that they're working on in True Detective. It's bullshit. So when people tell me True Detective is a great TV show, you must watch one of the greatest TV shows of all time, it's overrated as hell to me. There's no way in heck this is like a show that I'm gonna totally miss out, that I'm totally gonna go balls crazy if I'd never seen this shit. Matthew McConaughey is the reason why True Detective was great. That's the simple truth of it. I get better time with cases and storylines that actually connect to the cases in like freaking Hannibal. Hannibal, the TV show that ran for 3 seasons. Will Graham and Hannibal Lecter. Yes, it's a little. Yes, it's about a serial killer and all that stuff. And yes, the characters are for the main point, but their characters. Will Graham goes into the points of view of the killers of when they commit the murders. So you see the aspect how he's losing himself as a character, but he's still going along with the plotline and solving these cases and learning more about these cases. True Detective, half the characters in True Detective, besides Matthew McConaughey and maybe Colin Farrell, their stories do not really interlink that well with the plot, or they're the only ones that their storyline doesn't go overboard and doesn't change the entire direction of the show. True Detective has potential to be a great show, but they focus more upon the cases and less about if they focus on the characters to an extent. If their backstory or whatever, or if you get so much screen time to their backstories that doesn't connect nothing to the case or to the plot, don't have it. Do not put like 2 dang episodes, 3 episodes when you're only limited. You can only do the shit, in my opinion, in True Detective if you have more than 8 episodes. If you told me they had 20 episodes, I would be acceptable. But you only have 8 episodes to ground the story, to connect everything together. It's fucking bullshit. You need to connect everything good. And True Detectives, to me, it's just it just goes on and off half the time with them. So yeah, True Detective to me is an overrated TV show. Again, focus on the case, less about certain characters, and you will have a better show. But that's my own personal opinion. Let me know what y'all think of one True Detective. Do you like it? Do you love it? Let me know what y'all think of one. My name's Lee, signing off for everybody. Bye.